Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Arndt, and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer. And I'm really excited that you're watching today's video in this new series, Plan With Me, this time for the month of November. I am really excited about this series because in this series, you're going to get to know a little bit better the peak performance planner, the planner that is coming out at the beginning of next year. And super important to mention, this planner is not bound to any specific start time. So it is not a planner for 2022. You can start with the planner at any point in time. I did that on purpose because for me it is super important that you can jump in whenever you want to. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the new year, which I think is a really big mistake that a lot of people make because they think, oh, only if it is a new year I can set a goal, and if I don't make the goal, I have to wait until the next year. Not at all. You can start at any point in time, and I want you to start at any point in time. There are two things that I want to do with you today. The first thing is I want to share with you a couple of different monthly reflection journaling prompts. There are some prompts that you will see over the course of time are not changing, and then there are 3 journaling prompts that are changing over the course of each month. So there will be different reflections that I want you to go through on a month-to-month basis. And then I obviously also want to help you set yourself up for success for the next month. So we're also going to jump into the different journaling prompts for setting you up for the month of November. This is an interactive journaling video, so I invite you to pause the video and to really take a piece of paper and a pen and to write down the journaling prompts and reflect on really the questions that I share with you. It is really powerful to take some time to journal instead of just doing it in your head, because let's be honest, we get so easily distracted with all of the things that are going on in our external world that actually taking the time to sit down and write is so much more powerful. So let's jump into the monthly reflection journaling prompts for the month of October. Number 1, what did you learn this month? Number 2, what are you grateful for? Number 3, what can you celebrate this month? Number 4, what would you like to have made more time for this month? Number 5, what inspired you this month? And finally, number 6, which people robbed you of your energy this month? Feel free to pause this video at any point in time and write down all of the thoughts that come to you with regards to those different questions. Then we're jumping into the month of November. And here are the questions for the month of November. My goals for the month of November are: my self-care goal for the month is. And then finally, plan your month ahead. So what are you going to do each week for the month of November? All right, so those are the journaling prompts for the month. And I want to dive with you now into a couple of different reflections that I have made for myself for this month. So what did I learn in the month of October? I think in the month of October, I really learned and practiced self-love. I practiced how to become the best version of myself and focus on myself more than the external environment. I think it is super easy to get distracted by the feedback and the recognition of other people. We oftentimes strive for that. I think it's a superhuman behavior and a superhuman need that we would like to have the approval and recognition of others and our external environment. But I think it is not really healthy, because if we are always looking for the other people to make us feel good, then that's a big problem, right? And I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm definitely guilty of always looking for other people to make me feel good. So I've been really honing into that skill and honing into my own self-love powers. So I've been really practicing self-care. I've been practicing listening to what I need in the moment and staying true to myself and being authentic. And I think that was a huge learning for me, because I think it is super easy to focus on other people and think, oh, if only they would do this or if they would do that, then I would feel better about myself. But no, every time these thoughts are coming up and every time I've been feeling anxious this month, I actually asked myself, what do I need in this moment right now to feel better about myself, instead of, waiting for a text message from someone, for example. And that's been working really well. So I've been writing a lot of to-do lists and things that I want to do for myself, for my business, in order to focus on these things when I'm starting to have those feelings come up. And that's been super powerful, and that I think is my biggest learning for the month of October. The second journaling prompt is, what am I grateful for? And I am grateful for so many things in my life, and I practice gratitude on a daily basis, but I also do it on a monthly basis because I think it's just super important to just practice gratitude and stay positive, because it is super easy to slip into the negative things. And so this month I am really grateful for my friend Aubrey, who is absolutely incredible and who I don't know what I would do without her, but also many other friends in my life that have come into my life over the last year. And it's just such a wonderful feeling to have so many different people in my life that I can hang out with and I can have fun with, and that really get me and that I feel like I can be myself with. So that's been something new in my life and something super powerful, and I'm really grateful for that every single day. I'm also really grateful for exercising regularly. I set the self-care goal last month to exercise 5 times a week. I didn't really hit 5 times a week just yet. I think on average I did 3 to 4, which is great, and I'm super happy about that. I'm super happy that I signed up for the gym and that when it is cold outside I can actually go to the gym and work out there, because it is super important for me to stay healthy and active, and it is one of the things that helps me take care of my mental health. And finally, one of the things that I oftentimes think about is the healing powers of my body. I think our bodies are just so incredible, and when you're paying attention, especially because I'm a super clumsy person and I constantly hurt myself mountain biking, my skin has been challenging again, and I just went to get a cupping session from my acupuncturist, and I'm just always so impressed how powerful the body is. So I'm super, super grateful for the healing powers of my body, for staying healthy, for staying active, and for my body to heal itself when it is needed. What am I celebrating this month? This month, I definitely celebrate getting a lot of corporate workshop bookings for the month of November. It's probably the biggest month of the year for me, which is really, really exciting for me, because that's how I'm making most of my money, how I'm making a living. So that's been really powerful. And I'm also super grateful and celebrate that I have been doing my accounting for the year of 2021. I did procrastinate for a while, so it took me a couple of months to catch up on all of the accounting things, but it always feels so, so good to do it. And I'm really celebrating it because I hit a new income bracket that I was striving for this year. And so I hit my goal, and I'm super, super excited about that, and something that I'm definitely celebrating this month. What would I have liked to make more time for this month? I think the answer is pretty simple, and it always makes me feel a little bit guilty, but definitely my grandma in Germany. She is 88 years old and I love her to pieces. She's the most amazing person in my life, and I've spent a lot of time with her growing up, and she is super, super close to me, and I love her so much. She's so wise and she's just such a wonderful person. But I feel like I am not spending enough time to invest in our relationship when I'm living abroad. So I don't call her enough, even though it should be so simple, right, to just pick up the phone. And yeah, I think this is definitely something that has been on my mind, that's constantly on my mind. And because I know that I'm going home in December, I think it's also something that I'm procrastinating a little bit, because I'm like, well, I'm going home to see her anyway. But old people are oftentimes feeling really alone, and so I think I could have made a lot more effort in October to just schedule some time on a regular basis to call her and just be there and listen and see how she's doing. So that's definitely something that I want to get better at in the month of November. And the final question that I want to get into today is the question, what inspired me this month? I think there's always a lot of things that inspire me. I think especially other coaches, people in my business area, I think that's always super, super inspiring how they are doing their business and how they're running their businesses. And so I would say my friends are always super inspirational for me, but also, like I said, other coaches. There's one coach in particular that I oftentimes think about. Her name is Laura Marlina Seiler, and she is a German coach. And she just published her third book, and this third book that she just published in Germany is a book which is actually a novel, and it's basically about this person who is trying to find herself. It's kind of a personal development book, and I think it's just so cool. Such a cool idea to shift from a self-help book to more of a story. And that's been really inspiring for me. That's really something that's kind of planted a seed in my head, because I've been wanting to write a book on my own for the last 2 years, and I feel like that could be a really cool idea to have a self-help book, but in a much easier, digestible way. So that's definitely something that is brewing within me and inside of me at the moment, and that I'm thinking about for next year. Okay, so now let's jump into the month of November. What are my goals for the month of November? Well, it's Thanksgiving month in the US, which I'm really excited about because I have so many friends that I'm going to spend time with. Hopefully we will get more snow here in Tahoe, so we can go skiing during the Thanksgiving break. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, but that's obviously not a specific goal of mine. This month, I want to do a couple of different things. I have a 10-week peak performance method program, so a personal development program, and I want to get it ready again for January. So that's something that I need to prepare. I need to update my website. I need to think about what do I want to offer. So that's something that I want to do. Then I want to create a newsletter that I'm sending out on a quarterly basis to some of my clients. I want to do that this week actually. And then finally, I also want to make sure obviously that I'm getting everything ready for the planner. So the planner is supposed to arrive this week. The two final versions, I'm super, super excited about receiving them. And then I have to get everything ready, make sure that the Amazon listing is ready to go, the descriptions, the shipping information, the website. And so those are a couple of different things that I definitely have to do for the month of November. And my self-care goal this month are actually 2 goals, because I'm going to continue my 5 times per week exercise goal into the month of November. And then finally, I also want to do an elimination diet. This is something that I discussed with my acupuncturist last week, because I'm really curious to see how my body is doing when I'm eliminating a couple of different foods from my diet. And this month I want to start with dairy. I usually don't drink milk, and I have been cutting out ice cream a lot, even though I love ice cream, but I want to really be mindful of cutting out and eliminating completely dairy from my diet for the next 3 to 4 weeks in order to see what it does to my energy levels, to my digestion, and to my skin. So those are my self-care goals. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the month of November is going, and I'm trying to keep Thanksgiving week open to just play and have fun with my friends. So that's all I am planning for the month of November. I hope that I gave you some insights and maybe also some ideas of how you can think about this. I hope that I made you curious about the Peak Performance Planner. I will obviously share more about the Peak Performance Planner in the next couple of weeks and months to come. If you want to learn more about it on a daily basis, make sure to either sign up for my newsletter or to follow me on my Instagram channel. That's where you have probably the hottest information right away. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you today. So give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.